and I'm saying I want Apple. First of all, Apple ought to give the security for that phone, okay? What I think you ought to do is boycott Apple until such time as they give that security number. How do you like it? I just thought it. Boycott Apple. Here's the thing. First of all, the phone's not even owned by this young thug that killed all these people. The phone's owned by the government. Okay, not even his phone. We don't even have to go that far. But Tim Cook is looking to do a big number, probably to show how liberal he is. But Apple should give up. They should get the security. You'll find other people. When these two young people had bombs all over their apartment on the floor, other people saw those bombs. Well, those people, in a certain way, are almost as guilty as the ones that did the shooting. We got to get to the bottom of it. And you're not going to get to the bottom of it unless we use common sense. So I like the idea. Boycott Apple until such time as they give that information. I think that's a great idea.
Apple officials say that right after the phone was recovered, someone reset the phone's Apple ID, making it even more difficult to retrieve all that information that passed through the phone. Apple claims it was in the hands of authorities at the time.
I think it's disgraceful that Apple is not helping on that. I think security first, and I always felt security first. Apple should absolutely, we should force them to do it. We should do whatever we have to do. And I guess he wants to be a good liberal and he doesn't want to give the information.
Владимир Владимирович, можете спросить, что вы думаете о Дональде Трампе?
Что?
Что вы думаете о Дональде Трампе?
Ну, он яркий очень человек, талантливый, без всяких сомнений. Но это не наше дело определять его достоинство, это дело избирателей в Соединенных Штатах. Но он абсолютный лидер, мы сегодня видим, президентской гонки. Он говорит о том, что хочет перейти к другому уровню отношений, более плотному, глубокому уровню отношений с Россией. Ну, разве мы можем это не приветствовать? Конечно, мы это приветствуем. Все, что касается внутриполитических вещей, его обороты речи, что он использует для повышения своей популярности, повторяю еще раз, это не наше дело оценивать эту его работу.
Vladimir Putin, of all people, said the following about you, that Donald Trump's bright, a talented person, without any doubt. He's the absolute leader of the presidential race. He added, he says he will want to reach another deeper level of relations with Russia. What else can we do but welcome it? Certainly, we welcome it. Your reaction?
Well, I welcome it. I think it's great. I think that's what should be happening. I mean, his dislike for President Obama, and it's a mutual thing, is terrible. That's why you see all the conflict, all the problems, all the hatred. We should be able to work. If we can't work with Russia, that's not a good thing. And I'm greatly honored by his statement. I think it's terrific.
I think I'd get along very well with Vladimir Putin. I just think so. People would say, what do you mean? I think I'd get along well with him. Obama and him, he hates Obama. Obama hates him. We have unbelievably bad relationships. I don't know him, but I was there. I had a major business there for a little period of time and had a very good relationship with people in Russia. I had a great relationship with the people of Russia. I think I would probably get along very well with Putin.
Do you like Vladimir Putin's comments about you?
Sure. When people call you brilliant, it's always good, especially when the person heads up Russia.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also as a person that kills journalists, political opponents, and
invades countries.
And invades countries. Obviously, that would be a concern, would it not?
He's running his country, and at least he's a leader, you know, unlike what we have in this country.
No, but again, he kills journalists that don't agree with him.
Well, I think our country does plenty of killing also, Joe. So, you know. There's a lot of stupidity going on in the world right now, Joe. A lot of killing going on, a lot of stupidity, and that's the way it is. But
President Putin has decided to do airstrikes in Syria. Now, you've in the past said Putin is a good leader. Have you changed your opinion?
Why didn't I say he's a good leader? I say he's a leader.
Okay.
He's respected, unlike our president. I didn't say he's a good leader. I don't take any issue with good, bad, or indifferent. But he's certainly a respected leader. He's respected in his country. He's actually liked in his country, which is hard to believe, because he's essentially a dictator, and he's actually liked in his country. They do polls that are done by our companies, not even done by him, and I think he has an 80% approval rating, which is, you know, any politician in this country would love to have. The truth is that he is strong, and he's tough, and he's making our president look very bad.
real estate tycoon and best-selling author Donald Trump.
I think you're going to have probably George Bush as your next president. He's an excellent guy, an excellent man. He's a friend of mine, and I'm here for that reason.
Well, I wasn't talking about this year, Mr. Trump, but you have said that if you ran for president, you'd win.
I think I'd have a very good chance. I mean, I like to win. When I do something, I like to win. I like to do well, and I think I probably would have a pretty good chance.
Tom Brokaw mentioned a moment ago that you have prospered in the Reagan years, and some people have said that Ronald Reagan ushered in an era, some people say, of greed and conspicuous consumption, and frankly, some people say Donald Trump is a conspicuous example of that. You make no apologies about the 100-room mansion in Palm Beach or the $30 million yacht.
Well, I employ thousands and thousands of people that wouldn't have jobs if it weren't for things that I built. I mean, I employ probably 25 or 30,000 people, and these are things that I've done over the last 4 or 5 year period, Chris, and I think that a lot of people are very thankful for it. So I can't make any excuses. I'm very proud of what.
One last quick question. Can you laugh at the Doonesbury cartoons about the quality of the solid gold sinks in your yacht?
Well, everybody tells me I'm supposed to be honored by that. I'm not sure if it's an honor or not, but he certainly, I mean, someday maybe he's going to be able to find another topic, but I certainly seem to be in a lot of his cartoons. I'm not sure if they're good, bad, or indifferent, but I guess I'm supposed to be honored.
Donald Trump, thanks very much for coming tonight.
You have a good time.
And back to Tom Brokaw.
About your acquisition of the boat this summer. The Princess, is that what I call it?
I bought a boat from Adnan Khashoggi, which was formerly called the Nabila.
Nabila.
It's a yacht. And
Adnan Khashoggi, excuse me for a second, is the world's largest arms trader?
I hate to admit it. Actually, it was from the Sultan of Brunei because he was security for a loan and a whole complicated thing. But
now, what are those guys like?
Oh, they're real sweethearts, I have to think. They're real sweethearts.
Are they mean, tough, foreboding guys?
Well, I'd say by nature they're not the nicest guys in the world.
Yeah.
You know, he spent probably $200 million on building this yacht. I bought a boat from Adnan Khashoggi, which was formerly called the Nabila.
Nabila.
It's a yacht. And
Adnan Khashoggi, excuse me for a second, is the world's largest arms trader?
I hate to admit it.
We got involved in this Iran-Contra story, which unfortunately backfired a little bit on everybody. They asked me to finance it. I said, okay. So I gave credit to the CIA for $1 million, and they shipped the equipment, and the Iranian paid me back. It was supposed to be a hush-hush operation. As business people, we have ways of manipulating the government officials, and they have ways of manipulating us. I take advantage of opportunities that come. In all relationship in the world, when you have contact, like if I have contact with you now, I'll call you when I arrive in New York and say, hi, Adnan, I want to see you. There's nothing abnormal. You probably will take me out to dinner and introduce me to another person who I make business with.
You would say you're not an arms dealer and you never were?
No. The truth is, if you investigate through the records and so on, you find out we never dealt in arms. It was just a title given to us by the press.
But when you helped connect the United States government and the Saudi government over sales of weapons, what would you call that?
Marketing.
And finally, in terms of aggressive outreach and marketing, my experience in all dimensions of my life has been in marketing. My experience in all dimensions of my life has been in marketing.
And, you know, I don't blame McCain for losing because a lot of bad things were happening. That was a tough one. But I backed McCain, he lost. I backed Romney, he should have won, but he sort of went away on vacation or something the last month and he lost. And I said, this time I'm going to do it myself. We're not going to lose.
I was with George Bush today. I listened to George Bush. I listened to what he said, and I believe very strongly in what he said. I think he is going to be a great president. I'm here because I'm a guest of Vice President Bush, Mrs. Bush, the Mothbachers, and some others. And
as an observer?
As really an observer, and it's an interesting system, and I wanted to see really how the system works.
Hillary Clinton, I think, is a terrific woman. I mean, I'm a little biased because I've known her for years. I live in New York. She lives in New York. And I've known her and her husband for years, and I really like them both a lot. And I think she really works hard. And I think she, again, she's given an agenda, it's not all of her, but I think she really works hard, and I think she does a good job, and I like her.
Do you think that she says she's out at the end of this term? Do you think we're going to see her again running for office?
I think so. I think, assuming she's healthy, which I hope she will be, I think she probably runs after the next 4 years, I would imagine. Hillary's a great friend of mine. Her husband is a great friend of mine. They're fantastic people. I mean, the thing, they get a bad knock. She's a very nice woman. People think tough, and I guess she's tough, but she's a very nice woman, and he's a very nice guy. We know all about the smarts and how smart they are, but they are good people.